Can't quite tell the speeds, but it is rush hour here. Kind of maneuvering around now, taking a little detour, getting back. Now we're actually on the sidewalk. Obviously, this is a little bit dangerous right here, going on into incoming.
This is a truck. You can see that they're going against traffic. We believe this is in St. Louis County. We have Steve Myers up in Bommarito Automotive Skyfox, who's been following this. We were told originally this was on Interstate 70, but now clearly they're off and they're going through busy intersections right now, barely missing cars. I don't see police.
Yeah, Mandy, actually we're on Olive Boulevard right now.
Steve.
We just passed 270 and we're rolling down Olive at this point. We're coming up to Ballast there, which is where you see this truck, and he's gone through the intersection. You can see a police car chasing him there. I only noticed one at this point, but it's just a matter of time, I'm sure, before there are some others that are involved. But this truck is hauling it, taking a lot of risk that you wouldn't think somebody would do it at rush hour. So obviously they are intent on getting away, and that is a very large truck. So I'm hopeful that, quite honestly, that they don't hit anything, because there's going to be some damage here. I'm not exactly sure where we are here. I think we're over by the Deerbergs on West Oak there. We're just rolling on eastbound Olive and cutting through, weaving in and out of traffic. You know, the police are here. They're a little ways behind him there. We'll go ahead and widen out just a little bit so you can see that's, you know, it's a few car lengths, but we are rolling down Olive right down the center. And you can see how thick the traffic is, and that, you know, I suspect as slow as the traffic is going now, he's going to have to try and use that middle lane if he's trying to get away from the police car.
He's moving over into that turning lane.
They are in pursuit.
How long
but
is
there's only one car in pursuit. My understanding earlier from the news desk is that this is a robbery suspect from St. Charles County, although I have yet to be able to confirm that. But certainly you can see the kind of traffic chances this individual is taking here as we approach. I think that's Dealman, but I'm not certain about that. But we just took a left turn there. We're headed north into a residential area where the speed is going to increase quite a bit, I'm sure, just because they can.
Steve, they're telling us that Shoots Road. They're telling us that.
I'm sorry, Mandy. What'd you say?
The desk is telling us that Shoots Road. I know you're trying to keep your eye on the
okay.
camera.
I believe you. I'm afraid I'm tight enough on the shot here where it's a little bit difficult for me to do that. But, you know, the danger in getting into these residential areas is that obviously traffic is moving much slower. Now we're going to try and get across here. You know, I just hope there's nobody in the way that is going to cause this particular vehicle to go out of control and impact anybody else. But we, you know, again, we're rolling quite a bit on Shoots Road. You know, I'm not a great judge of speed from the helicopter, but I'd say this guy's doing a good 50 or so miles down in a residential area. And you can see, you know, we're all over the road here, so any number of things, you know, could happen.
Steve, I'm curious, do you know how long that chase has been?
Shoots, eventually, you know, yeah, we're gonna hit another serious road here, and we are now headed straight across. I don't know where this area is. Looks like we're headed into a residential area full of apartments.
Steve, how long have you been with this chase?
Stay with this guy. Obviously, we have a little bit of a problem here with the trees, but we're going to try and hang with him here so we figure out where this individual goes. Besides across the grass and onto another road. You know, that's the thing about a truck this large. They're going to carve out their own path if necessary. And we are back on the road again. Unfortunately, I don't know which one it is, but oh my, here we go.
Just crashed. Yeah, he just crashed into
this is now a traffic accident. We're going to see what happens here, whether or not the individual gets out of here. That was a pretty hard hit against that wall and the car into this home. Obviously, we're crawling out on the side here. That person seems to be getting on the ground. We can see the police officers there.
The police got there very quickly.
Breaking live on Channel 2. You know, this they pushed in that garage door there with the car, and we have police officers here with weapons drawn. Person is on the ground, at least at this stage of the game. I think they are getting ready to cuff this individual, and they have the situation under control.
And it also appears, Steve, I guess there was just one suspect. I'm curious, how long were you following that chase?
Oh, I think we were on it probably about a minute minute and a half before you guys came to us. So we had just picked it up, and they had already gone quite a distance in the county area before they got into St. Louis County proper and started going down all of the other areas. They're going through the truck now. It does appear as though there is only one individual here. We've got a lot of clothing that's being dragged out, but that individual is now cuffed on the ground and in control of the police.
All right, Steve, we're going to update. We're going to stay with you and keep this live picture going and update our viewers on what's happening. You're looking at the end of a police chase where this truck has crashed into the side of a home, rammed the car that was sitting in the driveway into the garage. Thankfully, didn't seem to be anyone in the driveway. The police have that one person who we believe was a robbery suspect, possibly out of St. Charles. They have him on the ground. He surrendered once he crashed. You could see police holding up their hands, trying to tell whoever was in the home to stay inside and to stay back. But this truck traveling high speeds, swerving in and out of traffic, going in the wrong direction along a busy Olive Boulevard, past Ballas, up Schutz Road, and just barely missing cars and thankfully not hitting anyone during this police chase. But now that person is in custody, and we're trying to get more information on exactly what brought all of this about and why he took off from police.
Now, just thankful it ended the way that it did. We've seen these crashes injure and come to, obviously, worse endings than what we saw today. We appreciate Bomarito Automotive Sky Fox, Steve Myers, giving us that shot that we're seeing right now that we've been following. We picked it up, as Steve said, a couple minutes as that chase was going on, and very, very fortunate nobody was hit. Very dangerous as that person was trying to elude police.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure this exact location, but we know that it was an apartment complex. He was swerving in and out of the parking lot and going over different areas in that parking lot, barely missing cars. But this is a home where he just rammed at high speed into the side of it, and you can see when our helicopter does swing around that it did a lot of damage to that house.
Yep. One of his last turns, it was off of, we believe, Schutz. It was right off of Schutz Road, one of his last turns. And then, of course, made a quick turn into that driveway house as he's being picked up and led away by police.
And we're not sure all of the agencies who are involved in this, but likely several police agencies. But he is now in custody. Only one person believed to be in that white truck. But we're thinking that it did all start as a robbery, possibly in the St. Charles County area, and going for miles on 70 and then onto Olive and up Schutz Road. But somewhere in that vicinity, we're going to narrow that down for you and get you more information just as soon as we can. But you saw it all unfold live here on Fox 2 News at 5. And we'll continue to follow this and bring you more when we come back.